People, what's going on? It is Joshua once again, Future Filmmaker Reviews with Joshua. I talk movies, TV, music, and anime, and I usually don't do these sort of type of videos here, but I last did one of these when June 2021 came out, and yes, I may sound a little different, is because Marley from Marley Loves Films, which I'm gonna give him a shout out here, gave me this. It sent me this old microphone here, so I do have it turned on. So if you guys can hear me from this, so definitely let me know because this is pre-recorded. But as you can see from the little screen here, I'm going to be looking at some first reactions for Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse, my most anticipated movie of the year. It comes out next Friday, which I will be providing a review for. I will also be doing a spoiler-filled review for it. And I'm also going to be doing a spoiler discussion on the Six Geese podcast in 2 weeks when everyone has a chance to see it. But if you guys are new to the channel, all my social links are, as you can see on the screen, Hive, all of that. Also, my Amazon wish list is send me from my Amazon wish. So if you like some money, Cash App, you see right there on the screen. Not asking if you like to, definitely go ahead. Is one of the films because I really look for SpiderVerse, and I thought that movie was not going to be good. I thought it was going to suck, but it was actually one of my favorites, and it has become my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. So I have pretty big expectations when it comes to this movie. And yes, if you do see the LED lights glowing, I do. If it's a little annoying, you guys let me know. But this is not my laptop I'm using. I'm using my mom's. She's nice enough to let me borrow it. So, with that being said, let's talk about Across the SpiderVerse. Let's look into some first reactions. As you see, that's the official movie website. I can't wait to see it. I've been heavily impressed with the way they've been talking about this and the way they've been marketing this, and from the posters to trailers to interviews with Haley Steinfeld and Shamik Moore to the directors telling a lot that what we're going to get. This is a two-part big movie, so the story is so big that it is two parts, and this is according to Variety. The first reactions are fantastic, and basically Phil Lord and Chris Miller is basically calling it the Empire Strikes Back of the Spider-Verse and such. And also there's been a lot of movie posters I've been enjoying for Across Spider-Verse, with critics and journalists saying the film is a work of art while also sadder and darker than expected. The long-awaited sequel to the highly successful animated adventure Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse picks up over after a year, yada yada yada. I'll talk about the plot when I get next week. We're gonna get more spider people. We're gonna get a lot more craziness, a lot more fun action. We're gonna see Miles and Gwen start to fall in love. I've been really anticipating this movie, so let's see what they got. The first reactions, and let's see what they say. Okay? All right. So, Vanessa D, bright and bubbly, on Twitter says, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse delivers in every way possible. It's an incredible film from start to finish. Dare I say it, I love it more than the first film. Puerto Rican Spider-Man is here to stay, and I'm living for it. Bonica Ripa. Hashtag Spider-Verse. So, she very much is enthusiastic, considering. So, Charles Horror Geek 9 says, not shocked to see that Across the Spider-Verse is getting absolutely incredible reactions. The fact that people are saying that the movie is somehow even better than the first movie is crazy, because I consider the first movie to be a masterpiece. Which I'm genuinely shocked myself, because I was a little worried that it's been a few years since the last movie, and then some people would not be into Miles Morales anymore, but one is from Dorian Parks. Dorian Parks and Rec. 16 hours ago, he says, Across the SpiderVerse is without question one of the best movies to come this year. The first film became one of my favorite movies of all time, and this one somehow managed to surpass it. The essence of the first film was there, but this one expands on the themes beautifully. Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy have incredible character arcs throughout this film that makes for enthralling heroes' journeys for both, and some of the best character development we've ever gotten in a comic book film. This is easily one of the best animated films I've seen. The animation and direction felt like stepping straight out of the pages of a comic book. Truly a visual marvel. No surprise, but the soundtrack is fire. Not only did it elevate the story, but I left the theater wanting to download every song and blast it on repeat. I can't wait to experience the story in theaters again. Hey, it's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan. With stuff like this and the upcoming game, Miles Morales, the brand is strong right now. This one is from Mike Ryan. He says Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse is not surprisingly terrific. It's a bigger story spread out over this movie and next, but it's still about Miles just wanting to be accepted for who he is. There are a lot of Spider people in this movie, which I'm not surprised considering the fact that the filmmaker said this is a big story and there's going to be a lot more people involved. And for some people, they are going to get pretty exhausted with that. Some people are going to be pretty pissed off that there's too many. But the first movie was so good that these sequels actually earns it, and the future of the franchise and the Spider-Verse is going to look bright with not only these sequels but also the planned spinoff with Gwen Stacy. I laughed out loud like 8 times. Also, Jason Schwartzman, the Spot, is in the running for funniest villain. Just slays. Is not surprisingly terrific. Oh, he made a little error there. So let's look at more. Adam says the movie is Shakespearean, epic multiverse journey full of humor, but also tragedy. The shocking climax will leave you breathless and sticky. This isn't just another superhero movie. It's one of the best films ever, a fitting setup to what's next. A revolutionary step forward in animation history. This is how legends are cemented. Across the SpiderVerse is hilarious, romantic, heartwarming, just as much as it's emotional and terrifying. Congratulations to the entire cast and crew. Shamik Moore and Haley Steinfeld are a phenomenal duo with great chemistry. All-timer performances. This film is going to have a huge emotional impact on the audience. Beautiful arts. Also bring tissues to the theater. This we have from one of my favorite female YouTubers, one of the best in the business, Tessa Smith from Mama's Geeky. She says, Into the Spider-Verse raised the bar with its unique animation style and its way of storytelling. The minds were blown when it was released, and fans thought there was no way it could be topped. Think again. Across the SpiderVerse raises its own bar, which seemed impossible. There are shocking twists, unexpected surprises, and a story that truly makes sense for the crazy multiverse world that we have all jumped ahead first into. The new Spider people are all amazing. Across the SpiderVerse never feels as length. Unless something completely unexpected comes sweeping in, this movie has Best Animated Feature in the bag and deserves a Best Picture nomination, if we're being honest. The way the colors express and enhance the delivery the emotional beats. So Anthony the Movie Podcast says, Spider-Verse is undoubtedly the greatest animated film to ever grace the big screen. A celebration of Spider-Man and a magnum opus of art and style. Spider-Man has never looked so good. Fantastic story, incredible action, and boy, does this spider fly! Absolutely spectacular. Aaron Perrine, Summit Lake Hornet says, Spider-Punk, Spider-Man 2099, and Spider-Man India will be instant favorites, along with a couple of massive surprises that we won't spoil here. Needless to say, Spider-Verse is my favorite movie of the year so far, and the sequel is a masterclass in every conceivable way. Last one is from Daniel. He says, Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse is amazing and a revolutionary achievement in animation. It does the impossible in surpassing the original and delivers one of the best Spider-Man stories ever. It's more mature and a web-slinging wonder from beginning to end. One thing I need to mention before I review on the movie podcast next week, the soundtrack and the score of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is made of pure fire trucks. Daniel Pemberton and Metro Boomin have cooked up something that we'll be bumping to for years. Every damn song. Obviously, I've been hyping this up for my most anticipated movie of the year. I know people are excited for Flash. I know people are excited for Mario, which we've came and went. Guardians 3. I know people's hyping Dune up, including me. I know people's been hyping up other movies this year, but my pre-thoughts when it comes to Across the Spider-Verse. This is something I think, if, like I said, since it was announced, if they play their cards right, I think we are on the verge of getting possibly not only one of the greatest superhero movie trilogies out there, but also one of the best movie franchises in terms of Spider-Man we've had. And this is coming from me. I love the Sam Raimi trilogy. I love the Homecoming movies. I can't wait for the next one with Tom Holland. The Amazing Spider-Man movies are hit and miss. I don't mind the second one, though. I have some pretty frustrations with both of those. But going into this, my expectations, like, not only they're going to be met, but they're also going to be surpassed because of how good the effort is put into it. I mean, when I look at these trailers, when I look at the behind the scenes stuff, when I read into some of the production stuff, when I look at the photos, every photo, every poster, every trailer, every interview with the cast, and just looking at these reactions, it just makes me very elated and very happy. And I know some people's fear is the 2 hour runtime because this is going to have a lot more going on. There's a lot more Spider people, including a friend of mine who's very worried about this movie's runtime. But from the early reactions, they seem to be pretty reserving and pretty pleased with how much they can get away with. And when it comes to my expectations, I'm fully expecting to just another fun adventure with Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. I expect to see the romance, of course, coming, more crazy fun, meta fun moments, some fun action, some more adventure, some more crazy Spider-Verse emotions. I am expecting to probably cry a little bit or get mad or get sad, but that's the point. I want to react to a movie. I want to feel a movie's emotions. But if I do have issues with the movie, with the runtime, or a few Spider people not being as good as Spider-Man Noir, or Spider-Man 2099, or Peter Parker, which they're not here, they'll probably be mentioned, I'll go into it. But it seems like my excitement here is going to be very met, and I'm just excited to see more of Miles Morales. I really do hope with the success of this Spider-Verse series, and hopefully with Gwen Stacy, with the future of the series, with her getting a spinoff, we do get some sort of announcement of a live-action Gwen Stacy and a live-action Miles Morales. I think it's high time because he's doing very well. And I'm just excited to see more of this. Who knows? This could disappoint me. This could be one of the worst movies of 2023. Comes to Across the Spider-Verse, I feel like I'm happy. And that being said, these first reactions just makes me more enthusiastic about it. So next week, you will be getting a movie review, spoiler-free. You're going to get a spoiler-filled review on my end. There will be a spoiler discussion on the Six Geeks podcast. And I will also, pleased to be announced, I will be joining the afternoon tune once again to talk about this movie. So, with that being said, I'm going to cut it short here, and one more thing I would like to share with you guys. Because honestly, people has been saying this about me when it comes to this movie.
Are you not going to turn your back? Nope.
How I feel about the first reactions of Across the SpiderVerse. Again, I have not done something like this since Dune 2021, and you know what? I might actually keep doing these if people like them. So, that being said, well, that's gonna do it for the video that you just watched. I will have my channel here, so you would like to see anything here, click the channel icon, subscribe for more. I will also leave a video and maybe a playlist here, so in case you want to see what I'm about. As always, stay Epictasticness, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.